I gotta watch what I say. I don't forget.
Got a minute, yeah.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Yeah, it's good right now, Sundays. So you're not getting fat.
You can have it. Yeah, my viewing will too if you want.
No, I don't want
You
to.
do. All right.
Yeah, they print it off.
That's
on the computer anytime you want.
Okay, great.
all right. We will call this Winnebago County Board of Adjustment hearing for January 20 public hearing, January 24th, 2023 to order. We'll begin by introducing ourselves. I am Greg Cargus from the town of Oshkosh.
Tom Trushel, town of Emerald.
So Drexler, town of Oklahoma.
Tom Verstegen, and Daniel Lefebvre, Assistant Zoning Administrator for Winnebago County.
A decision will not be made this evening on your variance request. We'll do it next week, Thursday, which is Thursday, February 2nd. You can call the zoning office after that thought to hear what the results were of that. And if you're not satisfied with the results, there's an appeal procedure. Dan, read that.
So the appeals procedure is as follows. An aggrieved person may appeal a final decision made by the Board of Adjustments by filing an appeal with a court of competent jurisdiction within 30 days of the final decision.
And only one person at a time will be able to speak this evening, and everyone wishing to give testimony will need to be sworn in prior to giving that testimony. So the one we're looking at this evening is located 8514 Herbst Road in the town of Huygen, and I'll have the legal description right.
Legal description, being part of the northeast quarter of section 16, township 19 north, range 14 east, town of Huygen, Winnebago County, Wisconsin.
Okay. Property owner is David Hemp. I assume related. Okay. Who wants to begin? Tell us what you are proposing to do this evening.
You want
to come forward.
and raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the statements you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name and address.
David Hemp, and you want my home address or that address?
Business address.
Home address.
Home address.
N 2348 Leather Hill Court, New Greenville.
Okay. Tell us what you are proposing to do here, please.
We're proposing to rebuild the cottage that we had and add a garage.
So you're going to be, I assume that you're going to be building an existing footprint of what was there prior to being raised?
Yeah, it might actually be a little smaller on the east-west line.
Oh, east-west, okay. And it said, maybe this is a typo, it said in our description that you're going to be building an attached garage. That's not true, is it?
Attached, yes.
There's going to be an attached garage there?
Correct.
Okay. We on our
It's the
plans that we got.
next page. Right there.
Well, the garage goes.
North south.
Garage will be towards.
And I have a bigger copy if you guys want.
Okay, I maybe misread this. So this is going to be an L-shaped building, I assume? Okay, okay. I thought this proposed garage is going to be a detached garage. The other stuff was just impervious surface. My error. Sorry about that. Okay, and the house that you're proposing to build, what's the dimensions of that approximately without the garage? It's the house part, you know?
Off the top of my head.
If you'd like your agent to swear in, he can assist you.
You solemnly swear that the statements you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
State your name and address.
Matthew Ryder, 615 North Windale Drive, Appleton, Wisconsin.
Thank you.
So yes, the house is about 2,200 square feet. I believe, if I remember correctly, the garage is somewhere around 800 square feet. And the reason why this came up is once they raised the cottage, we had a site plan put together and found out after the fact that the neighboring property has eroded so much that the 75-foot setback for the normal high water comes across their property so much, which is the reason why We're asking to have the side yard setback down to 7 feet there. Because otherwise they're really limited in their buildable space.
This is 8.1 feet, you're saying 7 feet?
Well,
Oh, that's on the.
we're
east
trying to keep it, not exactly right on the property line or right at the 7-foot setback. But it's still within the 15-foot.
Is this gonna be a ranch style house?
No, it's a 2-story.
2-story?
Yep. And like I said, I do have a couple of the larger prints. If you guys want to see them, they might be more clear.
I guess the only, my question is what the dimensions are of the house.
I don't have a scale with me to have it offhand, but I can definitely get it to you if that's something.
But you don't have the building plan, in other words.
Oh,
He doesn't have a scale, a ruler.
But I understand it, but he's not the builder, obviously, so I guess he doesn't have a plan.
so it'll be the east end of the house is just over 26 feet. That's 26 feet 3 inches. Then going along the back of the house is 72 feet 10 inches.
So that's all the way to the end of the garage area there?
Nope, we're just on the back of the house on the water side.
Yeah.
And
that
then
would
the
be-
whole length along the back of the house, which would be the west side, is 104 feet 9 inches.
What was the south side again, 70?
Why don't we put something else so we can all see it?
We don't have
We don't
that
have that.
capability.
We don't have that.
If I email them to you, can you get them?
Well, my question, I don't need all that. My
Sorry.
question is, I just want to know how, basically, the width of the house is 90-foot lot, correct?
Yep, no, it's 60 foot.
No, it's
Is
not.
it not? Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. You could be on the neighbors. If it's 90 feet, you got approximately about 15 and a half. So you're looking at about, say, 74 feet wide for the approximately, we'll assume.
It's actually 72 feet 10 inches.
Okay. That was my question.
All right, sorry for the confusion.
Okay. Thank you. So you're proposing to have your floodplain setbacks be 7 feet 6 inches on the east side and 8 feet 1 inches on the west side, correct? Yes, it's 10.
On the east side, it goes up to 10.1.
Okay, oh, I see, okay. That was the old setback was, okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, it'd have to be 7, because you've got a difference of 17 feet. And here this equals 18.2, so. So that is it 7.1 then?
8.1 on the west side.
Well, but it can't be, because there's only the difference between the 90 and the 73, basically.
Well, that's, you just scale off that 73, right?
Yeah, no, that was off their plans that they had.
It's 8.1 on the west side and 10.1 on the east side.
Yeah.
Is what they've proposed.
That's
Okay.
18 feet, so
But
that would be,
plan, it doesn't match the plan, because the
Right.
plan difference is only 17 feet, so.
Yeah, whatever their plan is, they'll have to be bound to those setbacks.
Okay, the 8.1 and the 10. Is there anything from the town?
Yes, I can read that in now if you'd like. So, action from the town of Poygan, their town findings were other houses in. Excuse me. Just trying to decipher what they said here. Well, for lack of whatever this word is, we'll say neighborhood, other houses in neighborhood with similar conditions. Town conditions must meet all floodplain requirements.
So just meet floodplain requirements.
That was one of their conditions, and they did not state whether they approve or deny based off their findings and conditions, I imagine that they granted approval, but that does not state this on the paper.
They said it for the minutes. We were there.
If for some reason we would not go along with the request, would you have alternative plans? To build in this lot? I mean, the lot's 90 feet wide, so I'm sure it's pretty good sized lot for a lake lot around here.
It's just with the limit from the 75-foot setback, we're trying to get a driveway in there. It would be a tough squeeze and tough to be able to get some decent looking house to fit in there.
That building on the northeast corner of the lot, that's gonna stay.
Yeah, that's the boathouse.
And for my reference, when we were out there, we saw a well with a pipe running off to the east. Is that to the north side of the house or is it right near the house?
That's to the north side of the house.
5, 10 feet, 15? Just a rough.
Probably about 10.
I would say, yeah, 10.
Okay, thank you.
And the well's gonna stay?
Yes.
Well, absolutely.
In the second set of plans, there's a lot of red hash marking. What does that represent?
What portion are you looking at? One of it is the proposed house and the north portion is the rain garden.
Yes,
So the rain garden is just used to offset the impervious surface that is over 30%.
okay, and then north of that rain garden, there's red hash marking on the drawing I'm looking at. What does that indicate?
That's this one, the L, that's the proposed.
That's the proposed building?
This one there.
Okay,
Correct.
thank you.
Yeah, that's one. Proposed.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah.
the garage?
Well, it's just. Yeah. That's you over there.
I can't.
Hold on, guys.
Just sorry. You guys want these to look at to make it a little easier?
I'm good with the answer I got. Thank you.
Just for example. Purposes only, I'm asking you this question, if we didn't grant the variance and required the 15 feet on both sides, would that enable you to slide the garage area over without any issue or?
No, because it would make it too tight to be able to pull your car in, because you can't have your impervious surface within the 75-foot setback.
Okay.
So the driveway would be really short, it'd be a tough squeeze to try to make it into the garage.
Okay, so that's why you get that cut off on an angle.
Yep,
On that
yep.
corner.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And I even went through the DNR because on the, if you look at the historical aerial photos, you can see the neighboring shoreline has eroded. So I reached out to the DNR to see if there was anything that they would do, or they would perhaps would have for recourse against gaining back where the setback has encroached onto the property. And the DNR basically said, once the property is lost, you can't do anything, and gone is gone.
Yeah, and that's mine. And where's the water gonna go?
Hold on, sir. Just wait till public comment.
In that drawing I was referring to before, there are arrows which show the direction of water flow. When I was out there, it seemed fairly flat. You know, is there going to be anything done to induce the water to flow in those directions?
No, that's the natural drainage pattern that's gonna be going. Nothing nothing will be changed that way. It's just the house has to be raised up. I think it was about 1.5 feet or so to meet the floodplain standards.
So once you put the floodplain fill in, there's gonna be room enough to the west, for instance, for water to still flow by?
Yep,
Did you have to create some kind of a swale or something to get that to flow that way?
it'll end up either having to be a swale or a retaining wall, some sort that they'll have to put in there to get the water to flow each way correctly.
Don't we need to know that or make some kind of condition on that, so it doesn't
We,
cause problems to the,
yeah, we condition all our variances. Or you guys condition all your variances
Right.
to cover erosion control. With an erosion control permit.
I mean, would, the erosion control would permit, would dictate what they have to do then.
Correct.
Typically, you can't take your stormwater from your property and affect another person's property.
Correct.
Exactly.
Well, if everybody lives like that, it'd be a perfect world.
Erosion control would require them to keep it on their property.
thank you.
So they, erosion control with them dictate whether or not they need a retaining wall.
No, that would be the property owner's preference. Retaining walls still need to be kept outside the 75-foot setback, so they need to plan accordingly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be an issue. Any other questions? Anyone on the panel? Not anyone else like to say anything for or against this request? Just sworn in. What the? Before we be sworn in,
Tim Nocky,
Hold on 1 second. You solemnly swear the statements you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, I,
State your name and address.
Tim Nocky, 8840 Lakeside Lane, Winnebago.
okay, what was your comments?
I'm just wondering where water is gonna go.
Where's the property?
I own the lot to the east and I own the road.
The east, okay. Well, yeah, that, the drainage can't be put on your property. It's gotta go either to
It's,
the,
when you build a house that big, it's gonna drain on my property.
well, that's not the idea,
Yeah,
That's why we asked the questions about the erosion control and the permit process for that. So there will be conditions that will protect you. It's a state statute.
Any other questions from anyone on the panel?
Did we already hear anything from the DNR?
We have not.
Yeah. Anyone else like to give me further testimony? If not, we need a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I move to adjourn.
Motion made, second to adjourn, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much.